You
All right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. We live again, and it's Miss Peaches with you know what it is. Friday straight transparency. Y'all know how I do it. Keep it real, give you truth, and straight transparency. From week to week, you never know who I'm gonna have on here because I know people, and I know people who are real about who they are, what they do, and when they say it, they mean it. I got the powerful Mona Lisa on here, educator, mentor. She is the CEO of Probation Station. Hey, Steve. And not only that, but me and her go back a long ways. If I told y'all how we met, trust me, y'all understand Black sisters in the community. And when we be on that real stuff about getting business done, we didn't even care about the chaos. We didn't care about the negativity. We didn't even care about what was being said. We straight up looked each other in the eye and say, "Hey, is we gonna do this or not?" And that's what we did. And she been my girl ever since. I'm talking about somebody who was a stranger, but wasn't a stranger. A sister from another mother, somebody who always kept it real. And then when she opened up her mouth, y'all got to be careful because when she opened up her mouth, what come out her mouth is real. It's just her, straight from the streets, know the hood, but also know how to keep it professional. That's what I'm talking about.
yes, ma'am.
This girl right here, this lady right here. Hey, Pete, what's up, brother Pete? This lady right here is the most, wait a minute,
Mm,
she is the most educated person that I have ever seen. Now, y'all think I'm smart. Y'all think I keep it real. I keep it real for two reasons. Number one, because I ain't gonna lie to myself. I'm real with myself because what you see is what you get. But number two is because people need to hear you're real. They need to hear your truth. And a lot of people struggle in that area because they want to be accepted. Well, we two type of women, we don't need to be accepted. We just need you to hear what we got to say. And that's what it is. So I'm gonna turn it over on this Friday night at 9 p.m. And I'm gonna
Friday
let her
night.
introduce herself in the most powerful way. And then we're gonna get to talking about this leadership accountability. Because you know our community is lacking leadership, real leadership, people who standing in supposed to be standing in the gap for these communities, supposed to be rearranging and dissecting the narratives and the stigmas, but they feeding into the philosophies. So let me introduce her, and then we finna get this popping.
Thank you, my love, because it's Friday night. Hey, it's a Friday night, and it's the past. It's Friday night, and I'm over here hanging with my girl, Miss Peaches. I miss you. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. I appreciate it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your strength and your jumping up and handling your business. Because I admire you in so many ways. You feel me? So, I'm just really happy to be here, and definitely, I think this topic is gonna be it's gonna be a learning experience. I think even for me, you feel me? Because we have different styles of leadership, right? But
Mhm.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, and thank you so much, and I appreciate y'all. And for those of you that are tuning in, thank you for the love and the support that you give Miss Peaches and myself. Yeah, so my name is Mona Lisa Weber, and I'm at this point in the game, Miss Peaches, I don't even know what to call myself anymore because all these names have like these stigmas that I don't even agree with. You feel me? Like there's a lot of negativity. Like at some point, I'm like, I don't even want to be like a leader because these leaders are toe up. You feel me? So it's like I almost want to like rephrase what I'm called. You know what I mean? It's things that I've been thinking about, like what can we come up with?
Right.
But for the conversation, I'm an activist in the community in Broward County and Miami-Dade. And originally, because I work around two areas, but I started off with the criminal justice system since 2014. And all of a sudden, a couple years later, is this popping thing. But I'm a former probation officer who saw the injustices of the criminal justice system in Broward County, Florida, in the felony division. My experiences through the system, particularly when I sat in court next to a felony judge as an in-court probation officer, really showed me a lot. But what I took from all that was that the lack of knowledge and education that our people have, or people that are entering into the criminal justice system, it's to the point where it's to our own detriment, and we are suffering greatly, particularly around the area of probation. So I saw these injustices. Of course, I try to speak on them, right? I try to be like, why are some things so unfair? But I was getting pushback, right? I became an outcast. I just wasn't understanding, like, if we're trying to help people, why are these things happening? It's a setup. It doesn't look right to me. So that became an issue. Make a long story short, I quit, went to work for lawyers, and I used my experience and my knowledge, right? I use my experience and my knowledge to actually educate people and now get them off of probation. You feel me? So some of the law firms that I worked on, one in particular, I actually created a probation department, right? And literally, like, we started like advocating and working on getting people off. But also what I realized was every area of the criminal justice system is a hot mess, because even working for certain lawyers, I began to see that lawyers are, a lot of them don't know how to apply the law, right? So it's all about plea deals, right? Mm-hmm. So we're looking at over 90% of people that enter the criminal justice system take a plea. Why would all these lawyers, hundreds and hundreds of lawyers, really want to sit here and apply the law when there's scare tactics and intimidation when you go into the courtroom so quickly, when the state attorney says, well, you're looking at 5 years in prison, but if you take this plea of 24 months today with this and that and drug testing and court costs and this and this and this and that, you don't have to go to prison. And they're jumping for joy and not understanding, like, the repercussions, what's going on afterwards when you violate probation, the point system, the criminal punishment code, sentencing guidelines. And I know I'm speaking all these like terms that some of you may not understand, but probation station is, we're doing webinars now. But I just, anything that I do has to be logical, Miss Peaches. And a lot of things weren't making sense. So I had issues with the lawyers because I saw they was doing shady shit. I mean, sorry, I apologize.
This straight transparency, you good?
Sorry. Okay. They're doing like, and I'm just not in agreement. You feel me? I'm just not like, I don't know. So I quit, left it all. But my mom died, and it was something in my spirit and my system that was like, people calling me, you feel me? Now, there's a difference, like, when you have people, your people calling you because they're in trouble, right? But when you got lawyers and doctor friends and people calling you to want to understand and learn about the system, now you're like, wait a minute, this is all toe up, because you telling me, like, because you have lawyers that don't know the intricacies of probation. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So this is what I try to tell people, like, a lot of lawyers don't know how to apply the law straight up. They're going to take your money. They're going to talk to their homegirl at the state attorney office, get you this plea, and they're going to act like they did all this work for you, right? So now I'm having issues with this because I'm just seeing stuff that is just unfair.
Right.
So many years of trials and tribulations, deaths, and God wasn't playing with me, man. 2014, I had like a huge breakdown. And he was like, what you finna do? Let me tell you, I talk to God, okay? So you could think what you want to think, but how I'm talking, like me and God having a conversation in 2014, and I'm cussing his ass out, okay? Me and God fighting because I'm like, look, I don't know what to do no more. You feel me? It's either I'm going to go ahead and do something for the people, or I'm going to leave it alone. You know what I mean? And 2014, June 24th, I made a decision to become, I guess, a leader in this thing called educating our people.
Right.
Right. So I'm out here minding my own business, trying to teach, seeing that pretty much nobody, is really interested in learning and educating themselves, right? Because I didn't understand like how you sitting here talking about stuff that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because that's the thing now. These so-called leaders, right? They want to talk. But I'm like, how you talking, let's say criminal justice? I'll stay in my how you talking criminal justice? You come from another, I don't know from where, another state, another this. How you coming in here and Broward talking criminal and you don't even know what ROR means, bruh? Or this.
Come on with it.
But who you trying to lead? You don't even know what indigent means.
Come on.
So like we can get into the so I became a leader to be obedient to God. Right? Because like I truly is from 2014 till now, man, the stuff that I've been through, the challenges of our own people, of our own sisters, of our own brothers. But you see a whole bunch of people out here on photo ops and taking pictures and
right.
Black power and Black Lives Matter to who though? Y'all not. I don't see y'all in court advocating. I don't see y'all in no foster care system. I don't. So like this leadership thing has really become I'm not gonna say of concern to me, but like we gotta separate the real ones, we gotta separate the real expertise, educated leaders from all these other agenda-based leaders.
Sidewalk crack.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, you feel me? Because it's like oh Lord. So I've just been learning a lot. Listen, leadership, sometimes, I think that for me, like me becoming a leader, I want like, oh, I'm going to go become a leader. It was just, I saw a need for our people. You feel me? And I'm not even, and let's not even get into like, I got a homeboy, his name is Anthony Malcolm, and he always talk about receipts. I could show y'all results. You feel me? Helping people reduce money while on probation, early termination, modifications, getting rid of warrants. You feel me? Learning how to talk to your PO. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm talking about stuff that's going to help you, right? That's going to help our people. That's going to alleviate a burden. That's going to educate them and empower them.
Right.
That's to me like that's what a leader is, because you got to empower and create other leaders, but you got to do it with love. Ain't no love out here, man. Sis, ain't no love out here.
And that's why that's where we separate leadership from those who just want to lead. See, you got leaders that have motives, but then you got leaders that want to lead. That's why when you go into that classroom and you ask how many of y'all leaders in here, and everybody raise their hand, because they say everybody can be a leader. Okay, everybody can be a leader, but what are the characteristics of an actual leader? And that's one who sees the need. That's one who steps up to the plate to do what needs to be done. Ain't backing down. They using their voice. Whatever resources are at hand, they're making sure that those resources are captured. They entangled with all types of stuff, trying to get the bids back to the people that they serving. Because there's the number one thing that we all should know. People perish for a lack of knowledge. And when you call yourself a leader and your only gain is to make sure you in a photo op or somebody know your name, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
Because face recognition don't mean a thing if your leadership mentality is not where it's supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? Leaders, hey, cuz leaders are servers first. You trying to make sure that the pot is held in your favor. But Where's all these people that you got to that you're accountable for? You leaving all these people behind because you want to make sure that your name is called. You want the pat on the back. You want the praise. I am very sorry, but in today's world, can't nobody can't nobody praise leaders because so many have fallen short of that mantle. When you got the leadership mantle, I'll say it like that. When you got the leadership mantle, that is accountability to
Yes.
those who you are serving. Jesus walked this earth serving as a leader. He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for praise. He didn't ask for pats on the back. He wanted people to be accountable for what they was doing. How can you lead somebody when you blind? Come on, leader. You about to fall into a pit and you about to take everybody that's following you because they think you a leader and they think you in a great position to the pit. And that's what leadership is. Leadership is not about you, but it's
Right.
always going to be about the people. And I think when people get into these positions, they have forgotten that they're serving people.
I also want to say a lot of them chase these positions because of the photo op opportunities. You feel me? A lot of people chase these, but man, let me tell you, can I say something to you? Like when I started the Probation Station radio show, the reason why I started the radio show was because it was behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to educate behind the scenes. I'm like, people don't need to see me. I'm not really trying. They just need to hear what I got to say. They need to go ahead and apply and they need to go ahead and get off probation or whatever they need to do. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like when you are serving from pure heart, God wants you to be seen. So now we in another fight. You know what I mean? Because I've always battled with that. Listen, I just want to be able to advocate, help, really, it be impactful in your life. And just kind of, you feel me? That's what I was thinking. I just want to keep it moving. Oh, no. You got to go higher now. I'm not trying to, but you got to go higher now because I trust you with what I'm giving you. And I'm like, but wait a minute now, bro. Like, I don't feel like going higher though. You feel me? So, because I was naive to the fact and the reality that most people are self-serving. Man, that hurts. Like, that hurts. Listen, I'm not perfect from no, people kind of know me out there. I don't cuss some of y'all out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really play a lot of games. I'm just trying to get it done. Right? Just saying, man. Like, why can't we just get this? Why can't we? It's so frustrating. And we've talked. You feel me? Mm-hmm. For the listeners, we friends in real life. Right? We not Facebook friends. You feel me? I don't read her whole book. Like, we friends in real life, and we got a lot in common. And it's so crazy when she said a sister from another mother. I'm like, damn, dog, that's a real. Because, like, and I wish some of y'all knew how we really met. Like, so in meeting her, in meeting Miss Peaches, and like, she's a godly. I mean, this woman just, Lord have mercy. She done prayed for my boys inside the juvenile facility. This lady is, you amazing, man. But sorry, y'all. Like, it's just this leadership thing. I'm even getting confused because in my mind, leadership is someone is entrusting you, right? This is what I'm thinking. Someone is entrusting in you, and now you accept the responsibility. If you choose to accept the responsibility, and now you have to follow up and then, accountability, right? To get it to follow through and finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, well, I'm tired. Or you know what, bump that, I'm finna go. I gotta go. No, 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 no. You done said this what there needs to be done. There needs to be a follow through. You can't start something and not finish. And my issue is, and I've really been working on maintaining my composure because I keep telling people like, man, if I let loose my mouth and I really like, you feel me? Because what I try to do is I go to the people. You feel me? I'm not going to sit here on Facebook and none of that. I go to the people and we conversations, but it's like y'all not listening, y'all playing. And I don't like people to play with my people. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. You're not playing with my people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You ain't coming from over there and playing and thinking that I'm just going to let it slide because there's a check that you finna give me and I'm finna try my people because you try. No, no. Mm-mm. Listen, been there, done. A lot of people like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 45, bro. Been there, done that. You feel me? Party, kicked it, hung out, man. I grew up in Miami. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, come on, man. I've been around the fancy stuff, the million. Like, I've been there, done that. Don't worry, I'll drop my book one day, maybe. But people get it twisted, bro. A check don't move me.
See,
You know what moves me? Watching my young brothers and my young sisters. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing who they are and understanding where they come from, understanding their melanin, giving them an opportunity to go and that's what. You know why? Because we got to take care of this earth and we got to prepare them to take care of the earth for the next generations to come. So, like, what we doing as leaders out here? Y'all playing, taking checks, getting this out of control. But then you have some good leaders. You feel me? We should have more. There's a few out there. I give a shout out to the good leaders, the pure-hearted ones. There's not a lot of us out here, but I do give a shout out to them. I also think that one of our holdbacks is we don't collaborate. And but you feel me, like on moving in one accord.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a young brother, Stephen, right? You know Stephen too, right? Stephen Jones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Stephen. Another one of my, he's like my son's age, you feel me? So he's like my little, right? He told me one day, this was like 2-3 years ago. He's like, yo, man, just do your own thing. Just focus on you. Focus on you. You feel me? And not saying that I didn't understand what he was saying. What I'm saying is that, like, I really wanted to work with people. Because you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. So I don't even like leaders now, man. Unless I know you and I rock with you and I've been to your crib and like we rock, like I don't even like, man. And also like leadership, like I got so many stories. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like things confirmed. And then you feel me? And you have a line of people waiting. And then because of your lack of communication, lack of empathy, lack of, people drop the ball all the time. With me, like people know me, man. You got to be there on time, Miss Peaches. My stuff got to be Black excellence. I need everything on point. Like people that know me, and it could be very small. Mm-hmm. Leadership is excellence. Leadership is caring. Leadership is accountability. Leadership is educating. Leadership is love. Leadership is thinking outside of yourself. Leadership is moving forward. Leadership is loving on one another. Leadership is encouragement. Leadership is reading. Leadership is learning. Leadership is, I'm sorry, man, most of y'all ain't even qualified to be no leaders, man. I'm sorry. You know how much work it takes. And then for someone like, I don't know, Miss Peaches, if you in the same position where God pushed you to do this, man. Because sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm straight.
See, I came from a whole lot of hurt from people. So I can be honest, I hated people. I didn't serve people, please. People hurt you. And
Yeah.
then I'm supposed to get out there and keep the same vision. But I had to get over that stump because I realized that where God called me to is where he needs me to be. And because at one point in time, I didn't want to be pushed out to the front. I didn't want to be the forerunner. I didn't want people calling my name, and I still didn't care about people calling my name. People thought that the pats on the back and all this, Miss Peaches, Miss Peaches, Miss Peaches, but they don't understand. It's just like a leader, a pastor. I'll compare it to that. It's just like a pastor who is shepherding a flock of church people, and he's a true pastor. She's a true pastor. They don't get sleep because they're constantly praying for the people. They're constantly creating different arenas for the people, constantly creating things around influence and change for the people, constantly counseling people, constantly motivating people, constantly moving people from one place to the next by helping them renew their mind in transition. I became that type of leader because I saw the need and it was no longer about me. I just knew people needed stuff. And if I sit there in the back where I wanted to stay, they're not going to get what they want. See, that's what God does to us. He pushes us in the front because he's moving somebody else out the way. Somebody else out the way that need to be out the way because what he's given unto Mona Lisa is the education and the will to mentor somebody. And he know that she going to give it to him straight raw. He know that she going to bring the truth to them. But he know that the gift that he gave to Mona Lisa is going to go forth and it's going to be for the people, because people think that when God gives you a gift, that gift is for you. No, it's not. That gift's not for you. That gift is for the people. And and just like our gifts in the church, it's for the edifying of the body of Christ. It's not for us. So that's why you have a lot of fake leaders out here using their gifts worldly, using their gifts the wrong way, using their gifts for money, using their gifts to exploit people, because that's what a lot of leaders do who are not true leaders. They exploit people. I'll get you to these resources over here, but they ain't telling you the real truth of the matter. They ain't telling you the fine print. So they piece off the top and they leaving you trying to figure out, okay, what's the next step? I mean, you got me out here. Now what's the next step? See, it takes heart to be a leader. And if you ain't got heart to be a leader, if you ain't got vision to be a leader, if you ain't going nowhere to be a leader, then you need to step down off that mantle. It really is not a mantle. It's just you calling yourself a leader, but everybody can see that you're not a leader. See, accountability plays a big part in leadership because you're holding somebody else's life in your hand. That means every move you make, every example you give, whoever you are as a leader is going to rub off to those who are following you. So when you go astray, they go astray. And their downfall is your fault. It's like the Bible says, their blood is on your hands. Because when you had the power to give them what I told you to give them, you decided that you would use it for your own good. And let me tell you something about vision. That's why real leaders don't give up. That's why I never gave up. Even though people were stealing my visions, Even though people thought that they can do my vision better, even though people thought that they could be Miss Peaches,
It's
the gift that God gave me comes from him. It didn't come from me. What he put inside me was something powerful to give the people. So when you thought that you can duplicate it, when you thought that you can use it, and when you thought that you could imitate me and fraud my name, you found that this really didn't work for you. You found that you had to close doors and shut doors. And how about this? Then he made my enemy my footstool. You had to come right back around and apologize to me. Then I started teaching you what kind of leader you need to be. See, going out there and I didn't want to be a leader. I was called to.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference between wanting to be a leader and being called to be a leader. A lot of people not called to lead other people because you can't even lead yourself. Right. So how you gonna lead somebody else? Wanting to be a leader is just a want. But you got to have enough faith to believe that you can do what God put into you. And when you start doing it, here it is, Mona. You're gonna get opposition. You're supposed to get the backstabbing. You're supposed to get the pushback. I learned that on my campaign trail from my own people. I learned that. I learned that I wouldn't have, even if I didn't have people to support me in the vision that God gave me, it still needed to go forward. That's a leader. Mm-hmm. I'm going to work this thing whether you join me or not, because it's still going to go forward and it's still going to do the work that it was set out to do because it's anointed. Your leadership is anointed. Yeah. And that's why you're good at it, Mona. Yeah. Your leadership is anointed. It sits in a plate all by itself. It's a whole lot of leaders out there that have to understand that leadership, when you come into being a leader, you got to move into the spiritual. Right. Because you're taking people with you.
Yes, the spirit. Yes. It's a whole nother level.
You got to move into the spiritual because now you need to understand that this is not about you at all. This ain't about your wants. This ain't about your pity parties. This ain't about you getting mad because you ain't got enough people to help you set up. This ain't about you getting mad because 400 and 500 people didn't come to the vision that you had or participate in the vision that you had. I did a segment with my cousin Jabrina, Jabrina Thompson. I did a segment with her. Jabrina Speaker. That's my cousin. That's my family.
Jabrina is your cousin.
Yes.
Girl, I gotta tell you, I know Jabrina. All right. Well, it's a small world.
Leadership is all in the family. It's all in the family. And we do it the right way. So
I know your cousin.
Yeah, when I did a segment with her called Participate, I broke that down. Because leaders really can't participate in everything. You ain't supposed to be on the scene all the time. That's why some of these leaders get burnt out, because they want to be seen all the time. They want somebody to praise their name. There you go. There you go. He tired and burnt out. He wish people won't even call his name. But you stepped out there into something that was the unknown to you.
Definitely.
If you don't know how to be something, don't go into something.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I completely understand you, but like okay, right. So when I was called into leadership, I didn't understand. Yeah. Woo, I didn't understand. You feel me? I was just like, okay, so I didn't understand the correlation between seeing the need, right?
Uh-huh.
And having, okay, so I have the education to fill a need, right? So I see a need with our people under criminal justice. And then I have this knowledge where I know that I can help the people. I did not correlate that for that to be leadership. You understand? what I did was I was like, yo, man, my people need help. I'm finna go out here and freaking educate. Maybe this radio show will help them. Never been on radio in my life. You feel me? But I got like these, like I said, I always talk to God. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. Do I write a book? Do I do video? I'm not really trying to be seen. So I do this radio thing, and it's like, it just kind of goes a little crazy, right? Yeah. So now I'm freaking out. I'm like, no, I don't really need this to go like, no. So like, since I chose to be obedient and I chose to go through the process, the personal internal things, because you go through, well, I'll speak for myself. I went through panic attacks, anxiety attacks, you know what I'm saying? Sitting in the shower for hours with my peppermint oil because I'm shaking because I don't really know how to speak in public. But it was like, I had made a decision and I was committed to be obedient to God, right? Oh, Lord, I tell you. And as he's pushing me through these processes, I didn't understand that these processes were part of leadership development. And what I mean by these processes is the processes of, you know, your stomach turning, your heart, you crying, you don't know how to, you know, you're so nervous to the point where you made a commitment to be obedient. So it was very challenging for me because I understand that I am a warrior spirit. So this journey and this process, like, I've been knocked down, and I've been knocked down with deaths, and a lot of them. You feel me? So when you talk about me wanting to give up or quit or whatever, it's not an option, dog. Like, it's not an option. Like, I've tried. You feel me? Miss Peaches, probably even you, I done told, man, all the man, I straight, man, bumped it, man, I'm finna, man, bump, you already know. I'm done. It don't be 48 hours, dog. 48 hours. Right back. Well, right back. And I'm like, why can't I stop? Right? Like, why can't I stop? I had to accept, because when you're going through this process of being called, and I'm hoping that the listeners, you're going to get all these challenges that's going to, you feel me, distract you, going to put you this way. You done committed to God. Now all these dudes trying to holler at you, trying to distract you. You done committed to God. Now you feel me, there's this and this and this and that. So like, when I began to understand that I'm the vessel, I'm a trusted vessel that is needed for the work, I was like, oh man, I'm screwed. Like, I'm finna go through it. So now I know. Not saying bring it, but I'm like, I learned now how to take care of myself, because through leadership, you got to learn how to take care of yourself too.
Yes, you do.
So many responsibilities. So many responsibilities. And and I'm speaking for myself, like when I was called, I'm like, what? You feel me? I gotta do what? And then don't start when he gonna start talking to you and you hear everything. Now you thinking you crazy. April 2016, I'll never forget it. I done jumped. Clear as day. So now you're getting all these, you're opening yourself up even more for all these other gifts. So to be a leader and be real with your people, man, you got to have God in your life. And you got to have love in your heart.
That's the golden.
You feel me? That's what it's like, and you have to be on you got to be on a spiritual journey and look at like through the spirit, not through flesh.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood.
You feel me? Because like, if people knew how we met, if it would have been flesh, it would have been a whole different ball game.
And we wouldn't be sitting
here today. And when you even think about it, it's like, what the left. Like, what? Nah, like that's so, because the devil ain't want us together.
And
So I
tried
learned
to.
that too. You feel me? I'm real humble and I just be chilling. Now, if you don't like me, I'm cool. But like, you got to really have a reason not to like really like me, dog. Because I think I'm a pretty decent human being. You feel me? And like every room I step in, and this ain't my fault. God knows. He done bless his child. Like I walk in a room, man, like, and it's like I walk in a room and I'm trying not to be seen, and then a damn DJ will say something. I'll be like, oh Lord. You feel me? It's like it when you a true God serving leader,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't getting away. You ain't getting away. You gonna get recognized. You may not get the accolades of man, meaning like those awards, because I think like too many people get them for like it just don't even make no sense. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other show, right? Because it's ridiculous. But like it just comes to you. You get like these blessings and these recognitions from God. Like it's a different award. It's a different award. You feel me? Because in reality,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my opinion, like all this movement spaces and all this so-called work, they don't really care too much about the true, real people with experience, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You feel me? They ain't gonna give us those accolades because we not with all that foolishness. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot. It's been a rough and challenging, amazing blessings of journeys, but this is not for everybody. Particularly when you selfish and it's all about you, you got to step outside of yourself. This ain't got nothing. This is a whole different ball game, sis, and you know it.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? This ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with, oh, someone tried. Like even like I've had the challenges of people trying me.
Oh yeah.
Try me. Hold on. God. You feel it's rough out here. Got to keep your composure all the time. You got to be professional half the time. You can't really lead us. You got to be on time.
See, some
Leaders.
some leaders ain't been through nothing. And when you ain't been through nothing, you can't help nobody. Because when you ain't been through nothing, you need to see something. If you ain't never been through nothing in your life, how you gonna try to help me out? You understand what I'm saying? You got to go through something in order to be able to witness, testify to somebody else. But if you ain't never, it's too many perfect leaders. You know them leaders who you don't know none of their history, you don't know nothing about their background. They just all of a sudden poof, and they became a leader. But they never got a story. They never can help you with nowhere. But their pockets continue to get fat. Their pockets continue to get fat off the exploitation of those they prey on, those they say they serving, but they really preying on them. That's why trust in our communities has left. And when real leaders like yourself, myself, get out there and we try to do what right for the people for real because we don't been through something, we know what y'all going through, and we can help y'all out because we came out of it. I can help women come out of it. I can help women come off of food stamps and be self-sufficient. I can help women not even have to be in the system anymore for Section 8 because I don't came out of it. I can help these women come out of it, but you got these exploiters telling them that this is what they need. They leaders are supposed to assist in self-sufficiency. See, a lot of people think you are born. No, a lot of people think they can be taught passion, but you can't. Passion resides in you from the womb. It's who you are from the womb. We just have to find that path and stay on it. But passion is what you straight born with. A lot of people say, Marie, how you can do what you're doing and doing this and doing that? Man, I always had a passion for it, just never knew I had a passion for it. And whenever God call you to something, you best believe that he's gonna, for your vision, he's gonna make the provisions. He's going to equip. If you don't feel like he equipped you, he equipped the people around you for
Man,
you.
yeah, God don't play that. He gonna give you them tools you need. Man, I'm a witness to that.
So you ain't never really alone because let me tell you something, what leaders should not do. Okay?
Mm, mm,
Let's break this down. If
mm.
you if you're a leader and you know you're a true bona fide leader, not a bona fide, a bona fide leader.
Oh,
Let's just break this down.
God, wait a minute.
Then you've already accepted the fact that your family may not support you. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to move out the way for a second because that's exactly how it is. You've already accepted that your family may not be the one supporting you. Envy and jealousy does not have a name or a place or a destination. It is just what it is. When God gifts you, everybody around you gonna be jealous. And it's probably gonna start at home. And if it don't start at home, thank God that you got people that's willing to support you. But you shouldn't think that because you doing something, your family's supposed to be out there doing it, because every single time you'll see yourself falling into that pit because you waiting for family to get out there. They on their own time. They only come because you got something to give away. So they want to make sure that they get their hands in it. Don't forget about the churn. We coming out here to help you, but we expecting something. So when you have that next one that don't give nothing away, where the family at then? Oh, I can't find no family. They all busy now. They got things to do. All you looking at Facebook later, and all they did was went out to eat, or they on the beach having fun, while you over here trying to put something beneficial to the community on that'll benefit them too, because they really need it too. But they ain't got time. See, leaders have time to do what they've been called to do. If God give you a vision, he gonna put you're gonna have to spend some time. And most of that time gonna be alone, just like a CEO. You building your business. That's your business. You can't get mad because your friend don't believe in your vision like you do, to be there to help you out whenever you need them. You can't get mad because the family won't support your business because they feel like your business is your business. They got their own stuff going on, and maybe it could benefit them. But you can't get mad at that. You can't get mad because the people you trusted, the friends you trusted, who say they can get you this money here and get you over here, decided that they'll go ahead and do it for themselves. So now you mad. So now you don't just threw the vision to the side and put it down. Now you mad with God because maybe, God, maybe this ain't for me. I don't know why you called me out here anyway. You know how these people live. No, he said, I know how you is. It's what I gave you. Now you got to figure out how to use what I gave you. The gift was given to you, not to them. So when you get disappointed and you start sitting on that bed and you start to having that pity party, God started to bringing you right back around to that same test again. Now we finna see if you can pass the test again, because obviously you say you really want to start your business, and you're taking a risk of putting money into your business. Don't know if your product gonna sell the way it's supposed to sell. Don't know if people gonna buy into it, but it's a risk. Your time is a risk. All this time you don't spend into this business, and this business ain't going the way you wanted to go because it's the way you wanted to go. You ain't tapped into the spiritual, how God wanted to go, because you all in the way of the vision that he gave you. And instead of you looking to the hills from which come your help, because you got Marie sitting over there, you got Jabrina sitting over there, you got Steve sitting over there, you got Anthony sitting over there. You ain't went to none of the people you don't put in your circle to give you the help that you want, because you're mad that the people you wanted to help ain't helping. Sorry, did I go too far?
Let me tell you, you are, Father.
That's the accountability. Right. Portion of it. You accountable for what he gave you. So when it mess up on your watch, your fault. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Get up out that pity party and go back to the drawing board and try it again. Only this time, take your piece of paper and a pen and write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Though it may seem to us like it's tarrying, like it's not going to come into fruition, the Bible declares that it will not tarry long. We got to follow him and not our own motives. We got to follow him and not walk the way we want to go. We leading ourselves down these different roads of diversion and distraction and all that because we ain't looked to him yet. Like, ding, 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 ding. Oh, God just gave me this. He gave me this. But now you don't got into, you ain't consulted with him now time about what he gave you to get the help that he gave you. So now you're mad. You just went on ahead because he gave it to you, and you said, all right, God gave this to me, so let me see what I can do with it. But you ain't went and consulted him now time of what move you're supposed to make. Because when you out there, a leader strategizes. We take the risk, but you got to strategize as a leader.
Correct.
Or you gonna lead some people the wrong. Forget that. You're gonna lead yourself the wrong way. Now you can't help you, so you can't help nobody. That's why sometimes it takes us until we get to our 40s to understand, gosh, I could have been far longer than this. This could have been happened. But you had to come into the realization of the gift that he gave you.
Yeah, there you go.
You had to realize that there's something there.
And
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That is the realest. Like you have it throws you. Cause I sit here, I be like, bro, why didn't I realize this when I read them? Oh Lord, no, it just right. It's like, and none of this is taught. None of this, and let me tell you, I say this to people. My mom was a spiritual soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And I know her more now after she passed than when she was alive. On her commitment to serve God. We used to go at it a lot. I'm like, why are you always da-da-da? Why are you always, like all these people and blah, 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 and I don't understand, and I'm your daughter. And she would just be so calm and just say these like little slick these little things. And I'm like, what? And I remember one time she told me, because my mom was she was a leader, spoke at different, like she would go to different churches, set up women groups, throw down the blueprint, boom, go to the next one, throw that blueprint. She was speaking, she did seminars, she set things up. I remember her being in the crib, you feel me, little trinkets and doing things like the same stuff that I do now. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But my mom told me one time, she said, it is very, very hard to love the people that God says we must love.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
She was explaining to me like all the hurt that she had experienced through her journey of serving.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I was like, what? What do you mean by that? Clear as day. I'm like, oh, it's just you a vessel and you're gonna go through it, but the rewards are worth it. But you have to be patient and consistent.
That's right.
I've had people come to me and tell me, especially like during the campaign trail, because I don't really I'm not one to like endorse people for campaigns or anything of that nature, unless I truly know you. Like, Stephanie Anderson ran for office, so I had her back 100%. I remember a couple candidates came to me and they were like, man, I would really like for you to work with me, because one thing that I can say about you, you are consistent. No matter what, you've been out here for nonstop. I done seen people come and go, drop out, come in, create projects, leave it, hang, do this and that, but you still here. And I keep telling people, like, this is my life.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I am. This is my life. This is it. Like, I'm not, so now I'm working on solutions, Because you can, as leaders, we need to bring awareness, have the conversation, you feel me, organize, and at some point, create solutions. We can't continue to complain and complain and complain and complain or jump from one agenda to the next agenda. I mean, damn, I thought you was over here fighting for police brutality, but now I see you over here fighting for, I don't know what, but then you over here fight, like, how can you get anything done when you don't hop from every agenda because this agenda pays you, then, you don't got fired or quit. Now you go to this agenda. So what do you actually believe in?
Yep.
So we have leaders hopping around from check to check. That's what I call them. Then we got leaders that are political. They're like political career chasers. You feel me? They're going to run right through you, do whatever needs to get done. Like, and the sad part is that, realistically, I can't even beat you down because I'm going to go to jail. You understand? Because that's really sometimes what I want to do. But some people, I don't promote any violence, but man, we in a stage, Miss Peaches, and it's just like sometimes it's like these kids. Sometimes you just gotta pop them once so they can it's out of control. The disrespect, the no boundaries, the like pushing you out the way. You feel me? The lies on you. The backstabbing, but we supposed to be on the same team and working on the same goals. You feel me? And what I tell people too is, because I had a real big issue with this too, when you transitioning, people like us that come from very defensive environments, we done seen a little too much. Maybe we done seen some violence, we've seen some bloodsheds, whatever we've seen. Like, we have to learn how to transition, because we can't be. And as I'm saying this, one thing about me, man, I'm talking to myself too. You understand? I talk to myself too. Like, it was very challenging for me to transition and be cool all the time with the disrespect. Like, God got to work, man. God still, until this day, God has to work on me on some things. But what I do is I take the initiative to remove myself now from a situation, or feel me? So I'm going to do my part. But that transition, you feel me? I encourage everyone who is being called to be a leader. If you from the hood, man, I know some vessels in these streets that I want them to level up and try to work up, move through spirituality, because God will bless you. But that transition, man, we got to figure out how to transition to that, because it's very challenging. It's very triggering. You know what I mean? And as a leader, you have to learn how to manage your triggers. You have to learn how to tell you what. I always think about Stephen, because he'd be like, why did you say that? You know what I mean? Like, it's he was like my side, like he was on my side, and he'd be like, not today, Pitbull. He used to call me Pitbull. And I'm like, oh, so I shouldn't have, so it's like, it's so challenging, because you thinking that what can be so worse than, what can I say that is so bad or whatever, versus our young Black boys getting killed in the street? In my mind, there's nothing that I could say, you feel me, that's going to piss you off to the point where that should piss you off more. Like, if I give you the truth at the table, because I'm on several tables on a regular basis, and when I speak truth, they be like, oh, man. But don't you think that the boys and girls, our youth that are being killed, shouldn't? So our leaders can't even handle truth.
It's not that they can't handle the truth. What they want to do is they want to shape your voice to the way um the way of the world, how they would say it in professional settings and things of that sort. We got tactics. We know how to say what needs to be said. But you can't go around the mulberry bush. You can't tell little Johnny, baby, I want you if you touch that stove, I don't it kind of heats up and this and that. No, little Johnny, touch that stove if you want, it's gonna burn the heck out of you. Now, which way do you think little Johnny was gonna go? Because he wasn't gonna stop. If you didn't tell him that it was gonna burn him, and you just told him it gets hot, but it's not you may not want to touch it. He may go over there and touch it anyways, it's gonna burn him and he's gonna find out. But why not? But if I tell little Johnny, hey, I'm telling you straight up, it's gonna burn you. And then when it burns you, I'm gonna kick you behind too because I told you not to touch it. So people need truth. Everybody not telling the truth, especially in politics. That's why people keep listening to politics. You ain't getting the truth, and you need somebody like a Mona Lisa or Miss Peaches to step in there and say, "Man, no, that ain't what we need for our community. That's what you feel we need, but you ain't lived this life. You don't know what these people going through over here. You don't know how hard these people work over here. You don't know that these people one paycheck away from being homeless. You don't know that these people is one less piece of food on their table from committing suicide. You don't know where these people going at. So if grassroots operations like what we had, and it didn't stop because I came to Colorado, it's the same thing. Grassroots mobilizing, first of all, might need to keep the hierarchy and the bureaucracy out of it. I learned that lesson hard because after adding bureaucracy and hierarchy into it, everybody wanted to control what I had. And if they can't control or have a piece of what I got, then the money gets short. But the money was already short anyways. Y'all act like my nonprofit was $1 million sitting nonprofit. No. But it saved a whole lot of lives. It created a whole lot of programs that made sense for the community where it was. Giving back to the community where it was.
Sure did.
People don't know that I didn't sleep much. I was always sitting up, not worrying, not crying, but I always had another idea. I was like, oh, maybe I could put this in place. But I found out that I was sitting at the wrong table. Sometimes you might be in place, but the place may not be in place.
Ooh.
Sometimes you might be in place to go and do what you're supposed to do, but the place where you're going may not be in place. See, we can't go everywhere. It's just like I was saying, we can't participate in everything. Everything ain't meant for us to put our mouth on. Everything ain't meant for us to put our hands to. It's not. Because those same leaders that got motives, they gonna want to get patted on the back for something they ain't done. They gonna want to get credit for something they didn't create. They gonna want somebody to give them the check for a vision they didn't write. That's where you separate leadership from bleedership.
Listen, sis, God work, girl. She said bleedership.
That's what they do. They bleed you out.
They really, they do. They do. And then, you know, those with those huge monies don't serve the community as needed. And I always tell people, have you ever wondered why we've had nonprofit organizations for decades and everything still look the same?
What you saying?
Just kind of wondering.
Y'all putting all that money out into this community for these folks, and then y'all putting on the flyer that it's free food. Like these folks in this community, dogs. So they coming out, they getting the free food, but now you mad because your numbers ain't adding up because they ain't taking none of the resources that was there. You got to know how to be a leader and call people into the fold to get what you're trying to give to them. And you got to do that by strategizing, by consulting. You always got to have that confidant or that compadre on your side that's gonna say, "Hey, Mona, I don't think maybe you shouldn't. You can't trust everybody, but Mona, maybe you shouldn't go that way." See, that's the same thing with leadership and accountability when it comes to our churches. Yeah, I'm gonna move us right into it. I am. Back when I was growing up, and I was born in 1977, I saw a whole lot of how churches were the pillars of the community. Now, church has become a business, and these so-called leaders that they keep calling downtown the city hall. That see, only the leaders who are not leaders gonna be offended by this. The ones that's not leading right, they're gonna be offended
Of
by this.
course they
But I'm
are.
gonna say it.
The truth hurt.
Y'all getting called down to city hall to say to give the mayor and all the commissioners what you believe needs to happen in the communities, but you ain't even doing work in the communities. You shutting your doors on members who can't even pay their membership. Where they do that at? I can understand us giving dues. I can understand tithe and offering, but I can't understand that if I ain't got the money because something happened, you gonna shut the door on me for membership? Well, heck, when I needed my light bill paid, how come I couldn't come to the church? Well, all them tithes I gave y'all, all that offering I put and put up in the storehouse. How come I couldn't come to y'all to get that to pay the light bill? That's what the church used to be.
Right.
Now the church is a business, and most churches in certain communities, the people don't even live in that community because they don't want the people in that community to be in them churches because they ain't bringing no money. They ain't bringing no. They gonna have to do too much work, too much community work. They gonna have to do too much charity work. You know how they preach out the Bible and say charity means love, and it starts at home. I'm sorry, but where I was, it stopped happening, and I was holding those leaders accountable. Come out to this. Come out to this community meeting. This homeowners association is in your zone. You the pastor. You the preacher in this community. Why your voice ain't the loudest in this community since your church is the one that's the pillar of this community? Why you ain't out here walking these streets trying to help people come back into the fold, try to come back into Christ, trying to show them your light. Where's your light? It's dim because your pockets want to get fat. I could speak on it because I experienced it. And I hold leaders. I don't care who they are and what capacity you are in. You are held accountable for those you serve. And if your church has become a business, I don't need to be in your business.
And I also believe, and it's something that I want to get more into, is figuring out holding these churches accountable and these leaders accountable, that if you are not serving your communities, then we need to refigure out how to have you pay taxes on your building, because your building is taking up space, right? In our communities, you don't have to pay taxes, right? Because you're tax exempt, but you're not doing anything, absolutely anything in the community that you're supposed to, that you're in and that you're supposed to be serving.
But your paperwork.
That thought process came to me, and I really want to see, because we got to light fire, close it down, sell it, do something, put a single family residence, do a group home or something, because what you're doing, you're just taking up space. You have children who don't have safe spaces, and your doors are closed. Mm-hmm. The doors are closed. We got to get creative. Some of these leaders in these churches are getting paid by politicians, and then they're going ahead and telling the church, vote for these people. And you're voting against your own, you know what I'm saying, your own self-injury. You're voting, it's like your own death. Like, you're literally shooting yourself. Trusting these so-called church leaders that are literally being, I mean, this is a known fact in Broward County, so I don't know, you feel me? Some pastors in Broward County get paid by politicians, like, and I don't understand why the community, why so many people in the community don't hold our leaders and elected officials accountable. Hold these people accountable, ladies and gentlemen. Like we have to, and we can't do this alone. You feel me? I could be in City Hall all day and over here, yeah, but it's like it's me. It's Miss Peaches. It's other, solid leaders, Anthony it's solid. They just but I understand some people are afraid. Some people don't know. It's again.
And that respect went out the door a long time ago. That respect that went out the door a long time ago. It's a lot. I grew up with a whole lot of the leaders in my community where I was serving, and lost their respect because I wasn't on the same page as them. Because your vision for what this community needs, you trying to build more onto your church, and these people can't even get home ownership in their own community.
The building
Y'all
for
help them get self-sufficient. Where I tell you what, because the church is the pillar of the community.
correct.
It's supposed to be the pillar of the community. Let's just get that straight right there now.
But it doesn't appear. I
I
don't
don't
even
want
think.
nobody on this line thinking that I'm talking against churches. I can't do that because I'm not talking against churches. I'm saying what churches are, what the leaders in the churches are supposed to be doing.
Correct. Like
if
after
you the
school
pillar,
programs.
yeah, after school programs are not just for your own members. And for those who can't afford it, there should be some type of either stipend or there should be some type of what they call it for the like for
Some form of, even like some form of exchange. Okay, look, we after school program. Can you volunteer on Sunday for the I don't know, Sunday school, or we're having a bake sale. Can you come and give a couple hours in exchange because we taking care? Like things can always get resolved. It's just no one is communicating. It's just like it's an exchange of scriptures and money. Scriptures and money. It's an exchange of scriptures and no one's communicating. Nobody cares. There's people in the church right now that go to church that are suffering. And they don't even, they're probably afraid to go ask for help because they're going to be judged by the same church members. You feel me?
Rejected.
Miss Peaches, we have a serious domino effects of problems in our communities.
And that's why the Bible declares it's going to start at the church. We are the church, but there's a lot of us that's supposed to have church in us gonna fall by the wayside because you have given unto your own selfish ways. You have forgotten the purpose that God has intended for you, and it happens. I understand that when you go into politics, or if God called you to a higher place in the community, mayor, legislation, it's going to be some decisions you're going to have to make. But if you don't consult with her, how are you supposed to make those decisions? Because the enemy going to always be right here saying that if you cut some off right here, we can give you some over here. But you cutting down the very people that need this stuff. You closing the doors of the church to the very people who need to come and sit in there. That's why a lot of people won't even go to the church now. Because they see that the church has become a business and that they don't belong in that business. They see that people are going to judge them. They're going to talk about them instead of saying, baby, are you hungry? What happened to the what happened to the community churches and the picnics that they used to do every weekend to feed on the corner to feed the people? Now you got to bring a certain donation just to get food. You got donated.
Don't say that to me, Miss Peaches. Stop that. Oh,
In certain churches, I won't call no names, but now that people got to bring a certain donation to get food, you got donated to you from feeding from feeding South Florida.
I cannot.
I went to get some food from a church one day because I ain't got no pride. If I ain't got it, I'm going. And they asked me to make a donation. And I was like, I didn't bring no money with me. Well, can you bring it back? We can hold your bag until you come back. I told her,
No.
I told her, I don't even want the food. Then
I,
she see me the next day, telling me, can she pray for me?
you know, you know what?
See, the Lord been working with me with the cursing. No, you can't pray for me.
See. Man, it's a tough.
It's
It's a
tough.
lot of, it's a lot of disappointments. You feel me? It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of shock. It's
From
but what
leadership everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just in the church, but from leadership everywhere. People who call themselves leaders who are not leading. Simple. You're not leading. You're leading people straight to hell, but you're not leading. Because when you leading and your light is shining, people are going into more prosperous lives. I don't care what they say about Miss Peaches and what she did over there in Six Trunk. I can guarantee you, it's a whole lot of people that moved up out of there that became very self-sufficient. They wouldn't let my program go through. They wouldn't even give me the sheriff wouldn't even give me the money for the program, and the program proved to work. I did the program anyways for the little 20 weeks for free. 15 ladies and 7 still graduated from the program, and I had not one dime to run it. Not one dime. 2 of them went back to school, 3 of them got off Section 8, and 4 of them got a job. No, 3 of them got a job. 7 of them. Still working, still calling me, saying, Miss Peaches, I got a question about this and that. I'm still mentoring them. But they all are in better places now.
And that's the goal.
Somebody helped them out without ill intent. It's not about the money. I could have used the money to help because I wanted to give them stipends for a bank account. I wanted to help them open bank accounts and give them the $200 so that they'll now have a banking account. See, they don't recognize programs like that.
No, because it's teaching self-sufficiency. And if you teach self-sufficiency, then there's no more, people that they can use to line their pockets, because that's what we are. We are being used. Our people are being used for profit on every level, from the churches to the healthcare system, to the school system, to the nonprofit system, to the juvenile system. On every level, our people, Black and brown people, poor people, are being used to line pot. This is on even the church. Lord have mercy.
Exploitation is real.
Yeah, on every level.
Yeah.
On every level. And it is not easy to be a leader. I remember one of my spiritual fathers told me, he said to me, Mona Lisa, make sure that you take care of your mental health. Make sure that you eat properly, because a lot of our leaders from back in the day, your from like the Black Panther parties, a lot of from certain leaders from back in the day, because of all the pressure and the lack of this and the paranoia, a lot of them ended up, falling into drugs, falling into certain things because of the lack thereof. You feel me? Or because of so much pressure. So I've always been thankful and blessful to have good people around me. Some I do call leaders. Others, my spiritual fathers, and just to guide me and to kind of give me the heads up on things that they experienced.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I can be aware of what may be out there. So a leader also puts you on game. So you don't have to go through what they went through. Like, I'm not trying. if I have mentees, I don't want them to go through nothing that I went through. But what? I need you to get there quicker, because we over 200 years behind financially, economically. Like, we're so far behind in everything that I don't have time for you to break your head, fall on your butt, do this to learn it. No. I want people, the knowledge that I have, if this can be instilled in 21, 23-year-olds, we're way ahead of the game. The knowledge that you have, if we can do this at the youth level, we are way ahead of the game. We gotta start taking our kids up to Tallahassee and to the state capitals so they can learn how to move policies and legislation. But we got to take them when they 10, 11, 12 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not when I'm 40, because I don't know any better. Ain't nobody guided me or taught me. Like, we have to, as leaders, we have to really strategize, and think long term and ahead. What is going to work? What seeds can I plant today that are going to be here long term? Like, leadership it's a soldier position. Leadership, and let's not talk about harassment and death threats. Been through both.
Got a lot of those on the campaign trail.
You feel me? Like, really? I'm working on educating, and because I'm speaking truth, you gonna tell me what? You gonna censor stuff? What? Come on, like, and this is from our people.
Yep.
So, to the listeners out there, don't ever think that a real leader and real soldiers are really out here for any form of accolades, because it's like, nah. And even, I tell you right now, even if the flesh of me, where at times I want to quit and I'm ready to go and I'm gone, the flesh, understand that the spirit, when you tap into that spirit and you are serving and you are obedient, like, it will torment you. It will torture you. To the point where you're like, all right, man, I surrender. All right, let me keep going. It will torture. It will be right there. Right. And it's like
the Bible declares that obedience is better than sacrifice. But I'm going to add something to that. If you sacrifice, you'll walk in obedience.
Oof.
Obedience is better than sacrifice. But if you sacrifice, you'll walk in obedience.
Oh, I felt that so deep.
It's a heart. And I tell people all the time, I never like being a community leader because of the burdens, because sometimes you love on the people so much that you start to wearing their burdens.
Yeah,
when
right
you start
here.
wearing their burdens right on the back of your neck, you ain't getting no sleep. Now you start to carrying on the same stuff they carrying. They worry become your worry. Those are true leaders. But God teaches us how to strategize in that, how not to be so caught up that you ain't gave him no time. See, God will say something like, Miss Peter, you got to go rest now. Go rest. Don't worry about the people. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'll take care of that, but I need you to go rest.
And we got to learn that too.
And you got to learn that. Being a leader.
I remember you told me that. You called me one time. I'll never forget it.
I remember that.
Let me tell you what Miss Peaches did to me, y'all, right? So Miss Peaches, as we got to know each other, she started to see my love and my work ethic. Miss Peaches go to call me. I don't know if it was a post. Miss Peaches go to call me one day. Listen here, Molisa. I need you to stop giving so much of yourself to other people, because people are misusing. I'll never forget. You were like, stop giving so much of yourself. That was so powerful to me. I was like, stop giving so much of myself. What you like? You know what I mean? Like when I got off the phone, I was like, stop giving so much of myself. I was like, damn, you were so raw with that. Because like you saw me. One thing about you, Miss Peaches, you saw me. Like through me, you saw me.
Mm-hmm.
And you was working on teaching me how to protect myself. Cause you were like, see, you all the way in. It's too much. You do it. You out there. Woo. I remember that. I remember that call. I remember it specifically. You were like, you pour yourself into people stuff. I remember that.
Because as a leader, we can, as a leader, if we're not careful, we can become subjects of exploitation too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
And I think I want to say I probably have been. Well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
I have been. I can honestly say that. I can probably say that. And then no appreciation, barely a thank you.
Mm-hmm. For all your work, for all your ideas,
Yeah.
for your creativity.
Yeah. So another thing is to good leaders look out for other good, like for other leaders. You feel me? Like how you did with me. You literally was like, yo, sis, like, nah. You feel me? And now I kind of also, if people call me or it's other leaders, I kind of do the same thing too. Like, listen, or I put it like right now, one young lady that I know, she's getting ready to kind of go into the activism. She's real big on human trafficking. I'm putting her on game straight up. Like, look out for this, look out for that. Make sure you look out. She's like, oh my God, thank you. So now I'm saving her. She's going to go through the challenges, but she's going to be aware. And be able to make quicker and wiser decisions. Because she's going to remember. So, man, teach each other. You feel me? Teach each other. I've learned and another thing is too, like, it don't matter who it is or who they are or what age. You feel me? Because some people are like, oh, they too young. Oh, they too old. No. You learn from everybody. And I speak that from experience. Like I said, my son teaches me stuff. You feel me? Stephen has taught me stuff. You feel me? My elders have taught me stuff. People my age have taught 30s, 20s. My baby nephew. Like, you learn from everybody. So just be open-minded and just get to know, God or the universe or whoever you believe in or I'm not sure because I'm very respectful of everyone's. So whoever, just tap into that and God will definitely handle the rest. And I'm witness to that. And I couldn't have said this to anybody. Let's see, we're in 2020. I started this journey of probation in 2014. I couldn't have said this to anybody 5 years ago. You would never hear from my mom, oh yeah, God will provide. He'll make sure that the opportunity gets there. Talk to him. There's no way I would have been saying this 5 years. What? Straight flesh. Nah. If you make a commitment and you choose to be obedient and follow your purpose, I am 150% sure that if you are of pure heart, God got you. I promise you that. Been there, done it. Consistency and patience, because it's not at your time, it is at his time. It may take you 3, 5, 7, 10 years. It took Nipsey Hussle 16, I think it was.
But he was building. He was steady building. He was getting himself prepared for the bigger picture.
And that's what,
he saw the bigger picture, but he knew that was going to take work to get to it. And that's our problem with leaders. We always want to shoot past the work and get somewhere. Most of us ain't doing that unless we got a whole lot of money. Right. But if you ain't got a whole lot of money to invest into your business, You're going to see the bigger picture, but you already know steps, goals, visions. It's going to take time, a whole lot of time. The one thing we can never get back in life is time. That's the one thing. That's the number one thing we can never get back in life. Time. Once you give your time, that's it.
Right.
Once you give your time, that's it.
And time, and then also, I'll say this as well as leaders. Always, when an opportunity presents itself, always be open-minded, because it's not always money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not always money. It's this opportunity that's probably going to give you the knowledge. It's probably going to have you meet that person that you actually need to meet for the next level. But you were so greedy, and you wasn't listening to God, to your intuition, to take that, because this is what's going to take you to a high level. You was too busy wondering, well, why ain't I getting paid? What you mean I'm finna do this for free? Sometimes as leaders,
you gotta give a whole lot of time.
You have to give a lot of yourself outside of the system to educate yourself through the process. You feel me? Because
say that again.
You see what I'm saying? As a leader, you have to give of yourself outside of the system. Because, I mean, you pay to go to school, right? A job pays you to learn. Sometimes you just got to, it's just labor. It's not taking anything away from you. But you got to be out of the system. Like, for example, I tell our people, we send our children to this, I call it the whack school system. But we got to teach our children our history outside of that system.
Wow.
Because we have to learn we have to teach ourselves, our people, us self-sufficiency, knowledge of self, because the oppressors are not going to do it, because they want to continue to use us as profit. So therefore, you cannot expect someone who needs you to make them money that they're going to put you on all this game because you are money and profit to them. So we have to, as people, go above and beyond and do the extra work for the future generations. You feel me?
And then we need to collaborate. Some of these leaders out here, and I know more than 10. Some of these leaders out here don't even do volunteer work.
No.
How you say you're giving back, but you don't even volunteer? You got to go see. That's what collaborating is all about. Your collaboration with somebody else don't necessarily mean it's got to be your gig. It don't necessarily mean you got to be the one on top of the cloud. That don't necessarily mean your name the one got to be called. When you collaborating, if you're gonna collaborate, I have collaborated with people and helped them set up. I have DJ'd, I have cooked. Right. And I was supposed to be the guest speaker.
Girl. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Tell me, Miss Peaches, sit down somewhere. You the guest speaker. Man, when you do the work that I do, it's hard to sit down. Right. It's hard to sit down because when you genuinely have a passion for the people, to serve the people, you put your tennis shoes on. Y'all saw me at that megaphone.
I know. I
just have to hold on to that big thing. Hold on to it to get people out there.
We do it
almost twice a week. People didn't know my back was hurting because I never used to have help lowering that darn thing. Taking stuff out of it, putting stuff back in it, making sure that the community getting what they need. That we showing y'all is way much better than how you living. Come on, let's get this money. Let's get this money. Creating the cottage industry. Just for them to shut the door in my face when I created it. And we all know what the cottage industry is. In Six Trunk, where I come from, people used to make whatever they made outside their own homes, and they used to sell it. I set up a cottage industry so that they can come out there and set up all their tents, all their tables. Bring that stuff on out their house. Or you rip jeans? Bring them ripped jeans out here. Somebody gonna buy them ripped jeans. Oh, you make signs? Bring them signs on out here. Oh, you do decorations and you cut them from home? Bring them decorations out here. Somebody might want you to do a party for them. You never know. Cottage industry.
Opportunities, yeah.
But God had to move me from that, because even as a prophet, and the Bible declares it, you ain't gonna never be accepted in your own land.
Let me tell you, right?
That might have been too much for him. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you. The craziest thing. So, we've been doing these pancake breakfasts for the longest, right? It's like one of our main things.
I love donating. Can't be that, but Lord have mercy.
You always give us a supporter. I love it. Thank you so much.
I know it.
So, with COVID hit, whatever, we trying to figure out how to do this in a very, CDC guidelines and everything. So, we found someone in Hollandale, right? Mm-hmm. That allowed us to cook in their crib. Let me tell you something. And I'm saying this based on what you just said, like people not accepting you in your own. So we in Hollandale, we do this pancake breakfast. And when I tell you, every time they see me, it's like, when y'all coming back? Please. Mind you, and that's not where we do our work. This is a whole nother city. Where we do our work, and those of you that know, I'm not, I can't just, I'm very real, but I also love my city, but damn, they'll see me, but they don't even question or ask, like, oh, where's the next one? We go to a whole nother city, and it's like, I'm talking about calls, like, when y'all coming back, man, them sprinkles, then, like, the love, I've never felt, that's so much love. I was like, damn, okay, like, I feel you, and it just feels good, because it's just like, damn, thank you so much for that. You feel me? My children really appreciated that. Thank you. And it's a constant. So it feels good to be appreciated. It feels good when people say thank you. It feels good that people notice that we as leaders go above and beyond to serve the people, whether they know that, it's a calling. I don't know, but just the mere fact that they appreciate, say thank you, and show love and like come back. I sleep well. I mean, I was very excited about that. Like, it just hit me different, and I was just like, wow, there's people out here that still appreciate. So practicing.
They don't have it in their own community. But what you're doing in your own community, so many people had a nose turned up at you, making it seem like you think that you're all that your name being called too much. But they looking at you for all the wrong reasons. Boy, ain't nobody walk around here in this hot sun on these hot streets, where I know if I'm out here too late at night, I stand a chance of either getting raped or killed or harassed, one or the other. Ain't nobody got time for that with you. So I got an assignment. You not my assignment. So you ain't finna distract me from my assignment. So I go somewhere else and do it. And when y'all went down to Holiday, those people appreciate it, because those people need that. And they need to hear that encouragement. They need to see their children getting that from people with pure hearts.
And let me tell you, because you said something that just, I said, when you said, because this has happened to us, because one thing is, another thing, God protects.
Mona Lisa, you still with me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
There we go.
Oh, can you see me?
Yep.
Okay. One thing too, God protects his leaders. Because like, what you just said, like I don't found out that like someone who I thought was really like cool with me or whatever was like, why y'all always mentioning her name? Well, she ain't no celebrity. I was like, I never said I was like I was. It's not my fault that I'm impacting people, but and someone called me was like, yo, watch out for this person because this is what this person said. I'm not gossiping. It's just like I just want you to know.
There go that ram in the bush.
Thank you so much. I just be cautious. You feel me? She ain't no celeb. Like, why y'all always talking about her? What? Why? Even stuff like I don't understand why you gotta share her stuff. Why you sharing her stuff? Yeah.
Because true leaders impact people.
Even men hating on men. I'm like, yeah, it's been. But the thing I continue to tell people, those who are obedient are protected on another level. And it's very simple. Like it gets to me, to my ear. Okay, cool. I know how to move forward. You feel me? Because now, like, I'm such a outgoing, loving person. Sometimes I don't feel the vibes or the energies. You feel me? Because there's a vibe and an energy type of situation. Correct.
You keep that from your ear so that it doesn't distract you. Because the enemy knows where we come from. They know who we are. They know we'll raise up in a minute and get with your program. But that ain't what we've been called to.
That's exactly. So, like, it's not easy. It's not easy. We don't get support from, I mean, I could be honest with you, and you probably in the same boat. How many people actually call you and be like, hey, sis, how are you doing today? Do you need any help? Do you need me?
Nah, not here. You never get the stuff reciprocated back that you did. But I don't expect it either.
I don't expect it. I just go ahead and pay for my massage. I go get, you feel me? But I have been blessed. I do have some people that truly believe in me. You feel me? It's a selected few and who actually, look out or have like really
hey Mike.
Who have, there's been several people who have really looked out for me and who care about my well-being because of the work that I do.
Right.
So, I've had men be like, look, sis, we need you. Like, what do you need? Or, like years ago when I put up a post about a juicer, because I became a vegetarian. I wanted to start juicing. So I'm like, hey, I need what type of juicer, and people put down all these juices and stuff like that. Somebody called me and we were discussing juicers, and I was like, okay. They were giving me like different suggestions. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, damn, that's kind of expensive. So what I'll do is I'll save up for it. So on the phone, I'm planning like, okay, I'm going to save up for it. This is where I get it. Okay. Same person, 24 hours later, was like, you know what? I happen to have the juicer I was talking to you about. I'm going to go ahead and drop it off to you. And this person was very specific. Don't ever in your life mention who I am. I don't want you to give me no props on Facebook. Don't do it. Until this day, I'm dying to be like, thank you so much for this. But I can't. He's like, nope. So he's like, I'm doing this for you because it was so deep. He was like, a lot of men should be doing the work that you're doing and you're a woman. And he said, and I'm gifting you this because you deserve it and it's going to make you healthier for the work that God wants you to do.
Come on with it.
I would blow a $500 juicer. I was, so blessings come in every form.
When you're obedient. When you're obedient.
Oh, there we go. That's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. When you're obedient.
I told you, obedience is better than sacrifice. But if you sacrifice, you're
It'll make
walking.
you walk. Yep.
So
Oh, my
we
love.
have we have been on here for about an hour and 40 minutes.
For real?
And sometimes straight transparency just gets like that. So I hope that everyone on this live, remember, this is some of it's facts, some of it's opinions, but the majority of it gonna be truth. We being real and very transparent. And
Experience. Yeah.
and that's what people need to understand. That's why a lot of folks are always judging other folks, because they experience is somewhere far deep off from yours, and you mad because they talking about it. Well, anyways, that's another one. But
Oh, another. Woo.
we was talking about leadership and accountability. Leaders, y'all need to get out there. Y'all need to be accountable. Y'all need to make sure that wherever it is, whatever vision you have, you focusing on serving the people. Serve the people. Stop serving you and stop having motives for the things you do. See, y'all get mad because you call yourself a leader and things not working the way you thought it should work. That's because your strategy all wrong. And you need to go back to the you need to get a vision board, you need to go back to your blueprints, you need to go back to the drawing table, and you need to reread that vision.
Yep.
Everybody can't be invited into your vision, leader. That's why you keep getting burnt out, because the same people that you expecting to work the vision with you, working against the vision. The same people that you expecting to do the work, they doing more hurt. The same people that saying that they got your back, they stabbing you in the back. So come on, leaders. Accountability, the accountability is on you to make sure that you execute the vision that you have the correct way. If you following people in leadership, I don't care if you in the White House, I don't care if you're in legislation, congressman, commission, mayor, you have a
Yep.
certain accountability to the people. This is not about you because you got a power now. You got the power to turn things around in the favor of the people you serving. Use it. Do something with the power for real, leader. You're accountable for the decisions that are made in your community. If you are not a part of the decision making, you are surely the problem.
Right. Yeah.
So, Mona Lisa, do you have any other words before we get out of here, or any last words that you want to give off to our leaders and our upcoming leaders and those who say they want to be leaders and those who are calling themselves leaders? Do you have any last words?
So my last words are for the upcoming leaders and the true leaders, because those that are kind of faking it are going to eventually be pushed out the way.
Come on with it.
So my last words for upcoming leaders and our true leaders is stay true to yourself, be clear on your vision, understand the process, educate yourself through the journey, talk to the universe, talk to who you believe in, surround yourself with those who are like-minded or of similar visions. So youth, if people are interested in youth, youth. If people are interested in the elderly, elderly, right? Surround yourself and be open-minded. And just follow your gut at all times and do not let any agendas distract you. That is what I will say. But remember, it's not easy, and go through the process, go through the motions, go through it and ask for help. One thing I never did And I think Miss Peaches also checked me on that too, asking for help. If I'm not mistaken, I think Miss Peaches, right? I think you had talked to me about that one time, if I'm not mistaken.
And where it was in QDP, that's where we was.
Yeah. Oh, you remember? Yeah. Damn. Yep. Exactly. That's right. Ask for help. And y'all follow me. Y'all know probationstation.com. If you know anybody on probation, if you know family members, we got the webinars coming up. And it's just really although my target audience is people on probation and their family members, it's good for us leaders to understand so we can guide others. It's good for people that are interested. So we can just start really sharing and teaching the system that's like destroying us. So Miss Peaches, man, with all the love in the world, I appreciate you. Congratulations on your platform. Congratulations on like the variety of topics and just being truthful and really addressing a lot of the elephants in the room. You feel me? And just like it's time to just really move forward. So I'm honored and thankful. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. It's good to spend all this quality time with you too. I love you.
I love you too. Hey, this has been another session of Friday Straight Transparency. Tune in next week. We got another special guest coming in the house. Listen, this is straight transparency. This is being real, and this is being truthful about who we are, what we do, what's going on in this world, our opinions, our experience, and we may even throw a little facts in there. But stay tuned, because as we grow, the more we know, the more we grow.
Right.
I'll leave that with y'all. The more we know, the more we grow. Hey, y'all share, y'all let somebody else hear this as well. Because I'm sorry, but there's a lot of leaders that need to be held accountable, and they need to either straighten up or they need to move out the way for the new ones that's coming and that's rising up.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
We got some leaders that's coming, that's rising up, and y'all don't take nothing away from the millenniums. Y'all got to remember they are our future. So help them, teach them, pass the torch, give them what they need. Final thought, Proverbs. I can't figure out I can't tell you, it's in Proverbs. Train a child up in the way they go, and when they grow up, when they grow older, they won't depart from it. Key word is when they grow older, they won't depart from it. You teach a child. You teach a child how to go get money. You teach a child how to budget money, how to go get money. They'll get rich off of it. You teach a child education, you educate a child right now, they'll go somewhere in life. I don't know if I said that right, but y'all get it.
All right? They do. And everything with love. With love. Please. Love. We need it.
I'm on with my girl, y'all, so I was having a little fun. But I love y'all. Until next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Peace. Hey, stay on. You still on?
Yeah.